My dear, if we are meeting for the first time, my name is Amy Jones. I am a progress coach and strategist and help people figure out which goals are most worth their time and energy to go after, and then how to actually go after them, how to achieve them. And I was inspired today to give a mini teaching in what to do when you don't know something. Currently, I am teaching an advanced course called Make Progress No Matter What. And this week we were talking about overwhelm, how to navigate through it and prevent it from happening in the first place. And when I was talking to my students about how they experience overwhelm, one of the things that came up is that when they are feeling that, the thoughts that are going through their head, a common one is, I don't know how to do this. And it's really interesting how we interpret that I don't know how to do this. And we can interpret it very simply through love or through fear. And I talk about the different parts of our brain that operate from love and fear. And you may have heard me mention this before, but if you're new, the part that is operating from fear is what I call your clever brain. It's the very primitive part of your brain that is wired to be only concerned about your survival and safety. It does not care about your growth. It's not interested in you making progress or reaching goals. It doesn't care because it views progress of any kind as being threatening and suspect. So the recommendations you're going to get from that part of your brain are very, very different than another part of your brain, which is operating from love. And I call that aspect of you your inner captain. And the captain, if you imagine a captain on a ship, there's a certain presence, there's a sense of centeredness and wisdom and command. Like, I got it. You're safe. It's going to be okay. We're going to navigate through whatever we need to get wherever it is we're going. So when you are having that thought, hey, dear, how are you? Good to see you. And the thought that's running through your head is, I don't know how to do this. I want you to just get curious and to notice what is going on. And if you're feeling stress, if you're feeling a tightness in your chest, if your heart has started beating faster, maybe you're feeling a little clammy or your stomach's doing flip-flops, that is likely because when you are hearing that thought, I don't know how to do this, it is being perceived through your clever brain and as a problem. Your clever brain thinks that you not knowing how to do something is a giant red flag, and it is very, very concerned about that. So your clever brain is going to make assumptions. When you don't know how to do something, it's going to assume that that's bad. And it's going to try to convince you that you should know how to do this. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter if it's reasonable, not reasonable. If you don't know how to do something, your clever brain is going to berate you for not knowing how to do it. That you should have, or that you should pretend that you know how to do something. And that's where we'll do things like nodding and smiling. Oh, of course I've heard of that. Of course I know how to do that. No problem. And then internally we're panicking because it's like, oh shit, I have no idea how to do this. I don't know what's going on. And that's one of the triggers for overwhelm. Because again, your clever brain thinks this is a problem. And it thinks that there's something inherently wrong with you because you don't know how to do this. Whether that's fair or not fair, and often it is not fair, clever brain doesn't care. Because when you are believing that when you don't know how to do something, that you should know how to do it, that there's something wrong with you, that you don't know how to do it, that you're behind somehow, like, how old are you? You should know this by now. Any of that kind of narrative that you are hearing in your head, think of the impact. Think of what happens when you believe those thoughts, when you believe that there's something wrong with you, that you should know how, that you are behind. Is that empowering? Is that motivating? Is it inspiring? Is it likely to move you forward? No. And that's the whole point. That's your clever brain's like, yes, 1 point on the board for clever brain, because it just wants to shut you down or slow you down. It is not interested in your progress. So it's not about whether or not clever brain is right or it's true, it's fact. It is the impact that thought and what we make that thought mean, what we believe, the impact that that has on you being able to move forward or not. Now, the other side of that is interpreting, I don't know how to do this, through love, through your captain. Your captain is not going to be making assumptions. Your captain is not going to be panicking that you don't know how to do something. Your captain is going to be curious, is going to be straightforward and just say what is. So your captain, when you're in a situation, says, I don't know how to do this, will say them like, I haven't encountered this before, or I'm not exactly sure how to proceed. But it's not done with apology, and it's certainly not done with shame and a whole narrative about how there's something wrong because you don't know how to do this. It's just simply observing and stating, oh, I actually don't know what to do here. So when one does not know what to do, it's not perceived by your captain as being a giant red flag of failure, that something's wrong. It just is. And it's like, no big deal. Okay, don't know how to do something. What would be our next step? What do we know in this situation? Who do we know that could be a resource, that could help us, that could provide some input or advice that would allow us to have new information to be able to move forward? Your captain is not going to criminalize this. It is not an offense. It is just simply what is. And when the captain is considering, I don't know how to do this, the captain's looking and scanning and having a vision and a connection to resources and creativity and wisdom and related experience that allows us to be able to move forward. So the trick to being able to choose to empower your captain and to take action coming from love when you don't know how to do something, and that message is blaring like the internal bullhorn that's, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to do it, you should know how to do it. You can recognize, oh, wait, right. Clever. That's my clever brain. And it's not that you have to believe it. It's not that you have to go into the whole emotional domino effect of what does that mean about me? And it means that you're not enough. And it means that you're never going to make it, that you don't have what it takes. I mean, that is all internal propaganda that has one purpose. And it is designed to have you stop and retreat and not even consider moving forward, and have you believe that there's something wrong with you, that you can't do it. And that, my dears, is just, no, that's just common clever brain. That's just fear. That is just clever brain trying to do what it does. It does not mean anything about you. What it does mean is that you're a human person having a human experience, and that you are right in there with the rest of us. Like, as far as I know, we don't get to escape the human experience while we're living on this planet. Okay? So in that moment, when you recognize, the next time you hear in your head, I don't know how to do this, or it's coming out of your mouth, I want you to just check in. Like, what's going on in your body? Is this feeling scary? Is this bad news? Or is it, I don't know how to do this? Okay, gonna learn something new. Let's see what there is to see. Who can, help us here? What can we learn? What can we research? It's a totally different energy and experience. So my wish for you is to be able to recognize it and to be proud of yourself when you do recognize that there is a choice that you can make. You can choose to believe your clever brain. You can choose to believe in your captain, and to take action from the advice of one of those different aspects. So you can be moving forward out of fear, compliments of your clever brain, which can be a very stressful experience. I do not recommend it. Or you can be taking action from love by empowering your inner captain to see what there is to see, to borrow from your own wisdom and your own resources, in addition to anything else that's available, so that you can move forward, even when you don't know what to do. Okay, dears? I hope that was helpful for you. I would love to hear from you in the comments if this sparked any insights, ideas. And I am happy to continue to provide these mini teachings for you, because sometimes it just takes just one new idea and one new perspective to totally start shifting everything. So my wish for you is for you to take action from love, and I will see you next time. Bye, dears.